We're going to talk about Kayla Harris. I did a video not too long ago saying, hey, why'd she go ahead and leave the PFL, to go to the UFC, to fight Holly Holmes, I was like, hey, new opportunities, all that kind of good stuff. Guess what? I was wrong. I didn't know she was scared. So here's Hey, what's going on, fight fans? Hey, this is Coach D, the Wild Man, coming at you again with another episode of Coach D Media. Now, you know I do with Coach D Media. I talk about all things combat sports related, from the highs to the lows. All right, let's go ahead and get back into it. Today, we're going to talk about Kayla Harris. I did a video not too long ago saying, hey, why'd she go ahead and leave the PFL, to go to the UFC, to fight Holly Holmes, I was like, hey, new opportunities, all that kind of good stuff. Guess what? I was wrong. I didn't know she was scared. So here's what's coming on. Here's what this came out, right? Apparently, there was an offer on the table for her to fight Cris Cyborg. I was like, all right, okay. That's what we've been looking for. Okay, let's test it. Let's see how good Kayla Harris really is, even though she lost her belt to, I forgot her name, right? So she no longer had the belt, right? But she had the chance to fight the icons of the female, combat sports division, which is Cyborg. You know what I'm saying? You beat her, you're up there. You're a somebody. Now you get a real test. Guess what? Hell no. She ran to the UFC. That sucks. When you want to call yourself striving to be one of the best, right? We can make you, right, verbally, right, media-wise. We can shave words and paint the picture and cut videos and make promos to make you appear to the average fighter, to the average fan, that you're one of the GOATs, you're one of the best, you're gonna be, icon in the sport, right? But sooner or later, when you start digging, you go, okay, well, who did this super great fighter fight? Then you go down the list and you see who fought who and where was that person ranked when you fought her? Was he or she good? Come to find out, the people you beat weren't all that good. I'm not saying everybody she beat wasn't all that good, right? But the PFL didn't have top tier female talent at the time, right? As she was coming up, right? And Bellator, right, wasn't cross promoting. The UFC was out the picture. So you had slim pickings, right? But now, since PFL bought Bellator, you had a chance to prove that you were the female, that you were the one to go, look, I'm gonna take over this sport, right? Here's a chance for me to prove that I'm one of the best, right? Right. Granted, I lost the belt. It is what it is, but I'm still one of the best. I'm gonna prove it right now. Since PFL owns Bellator, let me go ahead and handle Cyborg. No, you like, I'm out. Right? UFC offered me some money to fight Holly Holmes, even though she's 41, hasn't held the belt in a minute. Yada yada yada. Well, good. I can go over there and be a somebody. Right? So let me go ahead and go. Right? Now, granted, everybody knows if you're in the UFC, you're going to get noticed in some way, some fashion, if the UFC thinks you're somebody worth noticing. But if you're not, you're going to disappear in the roster, right? How many undefeated fighters we have in the UFC that nobody knows nothing about? How many fighters we have in the UFC that had great records, should be, higher up in rank, should be going for a title? Nothing. Nada. Because Dana White is going to pick who Dana White wants to pick. The UFC is going to pick who UFC wants to pick, right? That's how it goes. Right? So Kayla Harris thinks she's going to come to the UFC and just be on top of the game. Granted, she has a name because what she's done in the PFL. She made plenty of money in the PFL. But now she's going to go up to the UFC and think she's going to make as much money as she did in the PFL. You got to be a star to do that. You got to beat the right people at the right time to do that. Right? Now, Cyborg's not there. Noon's just retired. Ain't nobody up there that's worth a damn at 145. Right? Even though you walk at Rock around at 155. Right? So, you're going to get an easy pass for the short run, but they're going to be lackluster fights. Who's going to care? Who going to go, ooh, Kayla Harris, you beat somebody who can't fight. Great for you. Right? Right? You're not a Ronda Rousey. It's not the era that you can do this in. because you got to fight the top to be that person. The top is Amanda Nunes and Cris Cyborg. Amanda Nunes is retired right now. She's living her best life. You had a chance to fight Cyborg and you didn't want it. You didn't want it. Now, don't get me wrong. Cyborg is 28-2 with 21 knockouts. I can see why you didn't want to fight. Trust me, I get it. But you can't talk, I'm one of the greats. I want to fight the best. You can't say that no more. Because you had a chance and you ain't want it. Right? Then you let the Dana White and the UFC talk you into saying, hey, you're going to be a star over here? We'll see. Maybe it's more about Dana White taking something from the PFL, whereas Dana White decided you come over here and become a great star. I don't know about that. Right? Got me out here daggone ranting when I saw that post. I didn't know you ran. Kayla, you supposed to be the best. Supposed to be the best. You supposed to fight the best. Right? But you didn't want it. What you want me to do? What you want me to do? How you want me to say this? Ooh, great for you, great opportunity in the UFC. How can I say that when Nunes gone? If you were going to fight Nunes, I'd be like, all right, she chose to fight the person that beat Cyborg. I can go with that. But no, can't say that because Nunes retired right now. So you'll go to the UFC, beat Holly Holm and hope Nunes come back. Nunes will come back for what? Just to fight you? If you'd have beat Cyborg, she would have ran to fight you. Because then you'd have been somebody worth fighting. Right now, why Nunes gonna come back to fight you? Huh? No. You don't blew your top tier status. You don't blew, I'm one of the best in the game. You blew that. When you halt, I can see if you say, hey, let me get my belt back, then I'll fight you. That would have been pretty cool. That's a good story. That's a good scenario to run with. Didn't do that. Right? So I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. I was looking at the PFL was doing something wrong, something they was hiding, yada, yada, yada. I didn't know it was you. God dog it. It is what it is, fight fans. We hope for great fights. That's all we can hope for. We can hope matchmakers will go, hey, this is going to be a great fight. Let me go ahead and put the money behind it and make this fight happen. That's what we hope as fight fans, that we have an opportunity to see, two of the best fight. Just like when Cyborg fought Nunes, we was like, holy shit, this is the fight of the freaking century. Then Nunes knocked out Cyborg. It ain't get no better than that because two of the best fought. Now we know who reigns supreme. Right? And Nunes maintained that all the way up till she retired with 2 belts. Right? So, Kayla, you're not even leaving the PFL with a belt around your waist and relinquishing shit so you can go do something bigger. That's not what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. It looks like you're running. That's what it looks like. I hate to have to say it because, hey, you done great things. To be a gold medal winner in the Olympics, that's something serious. Right? But now, by you hauling tail, what does that say? What does that say to the next up-and-comer who wants to be like you? Which is the story I put out there for an up-and-coming fighter that is making her bones. Right? She's young. She ain't even turned 16 yet. Right? But she's gonna be one of the greats. And I put you as one of the ones to model her success after. I can't do that no more. I got to send her a message to go follow somebody else. Because if you're going for the money, right, say that. Go, hey, the UFC offered me way more money now. It's fighting here in the PFL. That's why I'm out. Okay? We ain't going to like it, but we understand it. Right? I don't think you're going to get as much money, to fight Holmes that you would have got fighting Cyborg. I highly doubt that. Right? But it is what it is. It is what it is, fight fans. Once again, 2024 is crazy. This when you think, you're gonna see something. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Another curveball. This ain't interesting. This is hot garbage. But welcome to the fight life, baby. Welcome to the fight game. It gives you what it gives you. Right? So yeah, I ran a little bit. Yeah, I talked a little shit. Cause I was like, man, okay, can't go to the UFC. I was looking like, okay, what am I missing? And I went in a completely wrong direction. right? A fighter was just scared. As simple as that. All right, that's all I got. This is Coach D, doing what I'm doing, calling it like I see it, talking my share of shit. To hear from me again, peace out.